record this too. So, you feel like you need to shake into a different state of mind, Pascal?
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
All right, I'm ready to crush it. We're all meditated. We're all like, whew, and now we're ready. So, you guys, welcome to this Fresh for Summer group. I'm excited. I'm sorry we were delayed, but I'm excited that everyone has gotten their packages and that we're up for this. We're ready for this. So, again, I'll just share my thoughts on the 3-day refresh because definitely there's advantageous benefits from a nutritional standpoint, and obviously that's what it's built for, is to help us with that. But I think if you really take all of what these 3 days can be as self-care, right, as being restorative, of helping you to just find whatever those things are that you need this to be for you. I always love that this is the best gift for that, right? Is just knowing that I'm spending these 3 days, like giving myself this time and doing this for me, something that nobody else can do for me, and choosing to do that for me, right? Choosing to not just try to focus on my nutrition, but doing something very specific and very planned and programmed that helps me to have benefits in my life, to feel restored, to feel rebalanced, to feel in more control, to feel leaner and good in my body, right? All of those things are such a good gift. So so use these 3 days. Don't just let them pass by. Don't let it just be a challenging experience to eat the right foods, but come into this prepared. And I'm going to share a few things that I think will help to do that, and then just enjoy it. Enjoy this process. Have that positive mindset of how these foods are helping to heal your body, to fuel your body, to provide you the life that is going to help you to live better through this summer. So with that, so I'll just kind of open up just a little bit. You guys say who you are, right? This is our crew. But if there's something specific you want to make sure that we cover today, like let me know what that is so that we'll make sure to plug into that in the next 20 minutes. So Erin, you want to just tell us hello real quick?
Hey, so I'm Erin. I've been doing Beachbody for 2 years now. I've done, I think, 3 refreshes, maybe 4, something like that. So I'm excited to reset again because it's been a crazy year. 2020 has been it's been crazy. But going to school and working and all sorts of things, it's been a year. So I think it's time to step back and try again.
Yeah, awesome. That's great to have that reset for sure.
Reset 220.
Reset 2020.
Yeah, this is me resetting it. Yep.
Yes. I'm all for that. I'm sending you all the positive vibes that you change everything as much as possible as we move forward in these 3 days.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Good. And Pascal?
Yeah, it's the second time I do 3-day refresh. I was wondering, I think I'm doing Beachbody with you, Tina, for 2.5 or 3 years. I'm not sure of the date after all, but I did 3-day refresh once only, so it'd be my second experience. From having lots of people at the table to being very often on my own, it's learning to eat the right quantity as well. I want to refocus on that and start fresh. Like me, I lost my dad in February. Many things happened in 2020. So the beginning of summer holiday, just a new departure, a new beginning.
I love that. And then, we're almost through half of the year, right? This would be a fresh start on the second half of the year and setting our intentions for the things that we want and to make important. And, all of those changes they're hard. They're hard.
Yeah. We kind of boxed in our house without contact and everything is hard too.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been through hard things. And I think it's good for us to recognize, like, we have done that. We have been through this hard and we are stronger for it. Even if we don't want to do it again, ever again, we've been stronger through these challenges and these trials, and all of us have had something unique you know, to work through with this. So this is a good view of that as a fresh start with that too. So, and I imagine that is so hard, right? To go from growing your family and learning how to feed them to now, you know, just backing away from that and you know,
Yeah,
to cook
cooking
the
for
right
a
quantity.
whole batch and cooking for one. And even going to Costco has no meaning anymore. What do you want me to buy at Costco when you're one or two? It doesn't work.
For
So
sure.
I'm relearning who I am because I devoted so many years of my life to the kids, and now I have to find a new me, you know.
Right. Very good. Awesome. And then anything you guys want to make sure we cover on this Q&A? And if you have other things as they come up, that's good too. So we talked a little bit about exercise. Pascal wanted to talk a little bit on that, I think. So, and some other things, just kind of how to go about the day. And so we'll kind of put some things in play to really help us with that. So just kind of speaking holistically, let's start. I want to just share my screen really quick and make sure everyone knows, because there's a few people on here that haven't joined us in groups and things before, but just so you kind of know, like, our home base. So this fresh start for summer, when you go to your beachbodyondemand.com, you'll be able to find the BOD groups here, right? So this group is our exclusive community for these 3 days. And, you know, I think it's so valuable to be here, right? To get the support that you need when something is challenging or hard, but to celebrate those successes, but just also to learn more, right? So in this group, I will be sharing a post every morning, and that's going to be more educational based, something to help you grow in your mindset and in your knowledge around food, or what this experience should be doing, what your body's going through over these 3 days. So log into that in the morning. And then in the evening, I'm going to post a post that's going to be more centered around just checking in for the day, right? How did things go? What are you experiencing? But I'm also going to put on that post a daily meditation, right? Because having that time to center yourself will be so good. Will be such a great act of self-care over these next 3 days. So check into that, so you make sure, so that you'll have that meditation for the next day also. And I'm going to post that at night, because I know we have different time zones. We have lots of people in this group from the Eastern time zone. We've got Pascal in Canada. We've got several in Ohio. So that way you guys will have that in the morning when you are ready for that too. So check in the morning, check in the evening, just a quick check-in, right? It won't take much time, but you'll get a lot of valuable information. Now, this is set up similar, like a newsfeed for any of your social media. And so everyone can post. You can post your workouts, your Shakeology. You can create a post some motivations, right? Share the things that you need and want to in this group, and things that will help support you and also help support each other. But I also want to show you, you know, because sometimes things can get lost, right? I'll always post the newest post here at the top. So in the morning, you'll have the newest post here. In the evening, you'll have the newest post here. But if you, you know, are behind or want to go back and look at something, or didn't look at something, when you click here, it will help you to show which post. And I'm showing you this from a desktop, and someday I'll learn how to like share my phone view with you, but you'll have the same option here on your mobile device, right, when you log into your Beachbody On Demand app. So when you go to post, you'll have the opportunity to see all posts in the newsfeed, or my posts, so your own posts, or all the coach posts, right? So if you click on that coach post, that will easily pull up all of the things, right? So here's this morning's message that was also emailed to you. I put in here a few recipes that you can try, and some advice with your fiber sweep, and some things you can try with your vanilla fresh, right? So we've actually got a lot of coaches and coach members in here. All of you guys actually on here right now are coach members. So there are some that aren't, but anyway, this will help you to be able to. So here's yesterday's post. It's just an easier way to kind of find what you're looking for. And here's our welcome post, right? With so if you're just joining this group, if you haven't joined into the BOD group yet, make sure that you look at that post, right? But that will be a little bit easier way for you guys to see what those daily posts are with that too. Okay, so just kind of going through like your 3-day refresh. I'm sure you've all taken the opportunity to open your box, you know, to check that out. I love it that there's like kind of a quick guide here on the lid so that you don't have to necessarily get your book out once you have everything planned. And then you have your planner. So you don't have to use this. There's some, you know, some things that you can use in the book too. I put my meal plan every week on my cabinet door, so or to the door to my pantry. So I just love having this as an easy reference, so I can see all of what I'm doing each day. So, but just go through and make sure today you've planned out, you know, what your breakfast items are, what you're eating for lunch, for your snacks, for your dinners, and have that planned out, and then try to prepare those things as much as possible, right? So, like tomorrow I'm gonna have the cucumber tomato salad, so I'm just gonna already have the base of that prep, so I can just pour in the dressing and it'll be ready to go, right? Moroccan chicken or carrot salad, if you're having that, you could grate up the carrots, right? For your afternoon snacks, you could have, you know, whatever those fruits or vegetables, just easy to grab and in containers, right? The easier you make this, the more successful it'll be for you, and the greater amount of like kind of restoration you can have during this process too, right? So this is a good opportunity to help have a very structured plan and teach yourself, you know, how you can incorporate some of those planning and food prep into the things that you're doing too. Okay, any question about kind of the daily eating plan, how that works? Anything from here?
No.
You guys have both done it before, so if there's anyone else that's watching the replay, make sure you reach out to me on that plan. But it's very simple to follow. It gives you all of the options, so it makes it really, really easy to do that. And then a couple of things that I would mention. So again, you know, your vanilla fresh, you can definitely just drink that as a shake. Sometimes I'll put the fruit in at lunch that we get into my shake. Sometimes I'll just choose to eat that whole, like it just, whatever feels better for you. If you love to eat more whole food, eat the whole food. If you love everything blended, blend it. You can make that as much you as possible, right? So, but there's some options for vanilla fresh, even just adding a little cinnamon sometimes. I really like that. If you're not much of a vanilla shake person, that'll add a little bit different flavor to it. Lots of water this week, right? Water, water, water. So, and take the opportunity to set yourself up for success, not to just think about like at 3 o'clock, oh my gosh, I've got 60 more ounces that I need to drink. But space that out and learn how to position that with your meals, because again, that's another healthy habit that you can take after this refresh to really help be sustainable, right? So when you get up in the morning, drink some water, right? Get into the habit of having that first thing in your morning to start your system and to rehydrate your body. It's been very dehydrated over the event of the evening as we've been sleeping. And then before your meals, you know, really aim to drink at least 16 ounces of water before you have those meals. Our bodies actually appreciate it more, and it helps our digestion more if we drink prior to our meals rather than during our meals, right? And it also like calm your system and prepare it to eat. So that's just, again, some really great habits that you can carry forward, but that definitely will help you with the refresh. But aim to drink at least half your body weight in ounces. If you struggle or have some concerns with that, like just reach out to me because I'm here to help you. And definitely I know some people are already drinking a lot of water, some that's going to be a real challenge. But have fun with that. You can flavor it with different fruits, you know, put some extracts in there, squeeze some lemon, limes, add some mint, you know. So if you need a little flavoring to your water, there's lots of ways that we can kind of open that up to be able to do that too. So that's kind of everything with that as far as kind of what's included. So it's just easy. You pull out one day at a time and you're off and going. Some other things that I think really, so let's talk a little bit about exercise, right? So, they recommend moderate to low exercise while you're doing this refresh. So, and I want you to kind of understand why. So we're going to be getting all of the nutrients that we need, right? You get a high amount of protein. We're still going to get lots of fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, right? So we have a very balanced diet but it is going to be a little bit lower calorie. So most of the days you're probably going to get around 1,000 calories, where typically you might be eating anywhere from, I would imagine, 13 to 2,000 calories, right? Just depending where you are. So your body's going to be fine and it's getting what it needs, but it's also important that we don't put stress on our bodies in other ways that we don't need. So when you do some moderate exercise or light exercise like yoga or stretching or going for a walk, like that's good. Having that activity in our day is still really important. But when we do things like really intense workout programs or heavy lifting or resistance training where we're breaking down those muscles, and our body has to put a lot of energy into restoring and repairing those muscles, that's not going to help us as much during these 3 days. So I'm going to just have you take a look at your program. And if you want to just create a way that you can be more gentle within what you're doing or lower your intensity, you're definitely welcome to do that. Or you might just choose to step away and do something more restorative and just for you. So in your Beachbody On Demand library in the yoga studio, there's actually a 3-day program built for this 3-day refresh. So that's a really great program to do. You can add that yoga in. You could look at rearranging your program too. I know a lot of programs have active recovery days or rest days or yoga and things like that. So maybe you just reorganize that schedule so you're doing some of those on those days too. I'll kind of tell you like my program, what I'm going to do. So tonight I'm going to do a more intense run tonight after dinner. So and get that out of the way, my early run for the week. And then tomorrow I'm just going to do a swim. So a pretty gentle swim. I'm going to do an easy bike ride on Tuesday. And I'm going to do some yoga on Wednesday. So that's what I've planned to do as far as exercise for me. So, and keeping in line with Ironman training a little bit, as much as possible. So does that help? Other questions about exercise?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so work that in. Again, that being able to have that movement and is great. Being active is very good. But make sure that you're not overly taxing your body. Give your body this chance to restore itself and to rest in other ways to do that. And get outside, right? You know, if the weather's nice and we're lucky we are headed into summer, like get some of that vitamin D, enjoy that sunshine, enjoy some of those things to do with that too. Okay, so some other things that I think are important. Sleep. Really, really aim to work on your sleep. So if you can, get at least 8 hours of sleep. I know we've got a few people on here working alternative work schedules and things. So I'm just going to say, like, don't worry that your schedule needs to be the same as somebody else's, right? Like, create this how it works for you. If you work a night shift, then your eating day or your eating windows or how you look at that is going to be different than, you know, myself who gets up at 5 a.m. and kind of goes through a typical day. So make this and create it for you. Again, if you need help with that, like, let me know. But sleep is a huge part of our health. And a lot of times we neglect that or leave that till last. But this is a good opportunity for us to, again, try to get into some of those routines that we probably want, but also give our bodies the chance to rest and restore that it needs. So try to aim for at least 8 hours of sleep per night. And then I would say during the day, you know, so if you are doing this to really help kind of jumpstart your habits, get back into healthier habits, maybe step away from some of those emotional eating that are easily creep up, right, at all different times, then it's really important to kind of look at what you're going to do during these 3 days. And I love Alana's saying, productive, not destructive, right? So be productive these 3 days. And it doesn't mean, again, that we have to be doing intense things, but really have some things to do for yourself and focus on and things that you're going to be excited to throw yourself into that won't leave you feeling like you're bored or walking around looking for things to do that will lead you right to the pantry, right? So be productive, have a purpose, you know, go into your day with purpose each day, right? Do a brain dump at night and write down what those 3 most important things to accomplish the next day are, and some things that you want to incorporate that are fun or good or active for you to be doing in your life. Life doesn't change. Life doesn't stop. I understand that, right? We still have work. We still have kids and families. We still have responsibilities to others and what they need. So, but again, feel okay to prioritize some time for you during these 3 days, right? And those things can maybe happen. Can something happen a little later in the week that doesn't need to happen on Monday? So just use that time well for you, and but be productive and have fun. Don't leave yourself with a bunch of dead air time, so to speak, right? So that you feel good about that. And do some rewards for yourself, right? Use this time to reward yourself. It's great, like an Epsom salts bath at night with a little lavender, something like that. You know, that Epsom salts is going to be really great and restorative for you. That lavender will help you sleep a little bit better, right? So take a chance. Like, when's the last time you had a nice bath for yourself? For me, I don't know. So I may be needing to do that one this week. You know, use essential oils or just light a candle, right? Something to just make you feel good. Pick up a good book or journal. Like I said, get out and take a walk or just get out in nature and just enjoy being outside this week. So, but think of some things that you can reward yourself with, or things that are restorative for you. And, you know, take a little bit of time to make sure that you do that for yourself as well. Anything else? Any other questions that you guys have?
No.
No,
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Awesome. Well, those are kind of my best tips. And, you know, as you're going through this, right, like each of you, and I love as we've kind of checked in and as you've shared, you know, why are you doing this refresh for you? Like, pay attention to those things, right? If it's to step away from some of those cravings for sugar or food, or, you know, to kind of just get back into a better routine, like notice how you're doing that and how you do it best and how you do it well. And notice when some of those feelings come up, you know, why, and because you're going to be, you know, there might be a few times where you actually feel hungry. And if you do, like, reach out to me so we can address that. But I think you'll also find that a lot of times we aren't truly hungry, right? We might just have an appetite, right? Which appetite happens when we, you know, experience some type of sense hunger, which we shared this week in our BOD group. We talked a little bit about some of those different types of hunger that we experience, right? When we see something, or we smell something, or we taste something, right? And a lot of times those can trigger those negative eating habits, or those things that we don't want to be doing as much. So pay attention to those times, what's happening, or what emotion may be triggering some of those cravings or needs. And how can you fulfill those? How can you fulfill that need that you have in a healthier way, in a way that makes you feel better? Because this will be a chance to do that, because when you have a prescribed eating plan, right, like, you know exactly what you're going to eat and when. So it gives you, sometimes I know I give myself permission when I'm like, oh, I don't really know what I'm going to eat, you know, or what I want to eat, to just eat what I feel like, right, instead of what I know as well, or what I've maybe planned into this. So this, having a prescribed plan, is a great way to be able to see now, well, you know, this is keeping me full and satisfied, and I know what I'm eating, so why am I looking for this, right? And how can I help to do something else for myself that gives me that same reward, right? Creates that satisfaction, but in a healthier way with a different behavior. It's awesome to kind of find that and feel empowered as we walk out from that. So awesome. Okay, confidence is what we've got, and you guys are going to be great. So share your experience. Make sure you get in and put in your starting measurements and weights and things. Like, it's just always, it's kind of eye-opening to me to see just how well we can do over these next 3 days, both feeling physically better, but mentally and spiritually restored as well. So enjoy that too. All right, you guys, we're here together. I love it.
Have a good week.
Great day. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.